The time is now, now or never, I can't look back. It's mine forever, the record is stacked. It's like the Letterman team on my back. The time is now, now or never, I'm making it count. Counting the times they counted me out. Straight out the mud, I'm making it out. I gotta get it, the time is now. Sheesh.
What'd you just say? A what? A healthy what? A what? A what?
I said you said that you were just getting done eating, and I said that that's good because a healthy human is a productive human, so stay full. I just got done drinking one of these Polar Pops, which, by the way, I absolutely love these things. I drink way too many of them because this thing's like 52 ounces or something like that from Circle K. It's a Dr. Pepper one. But the cool thing about it is I only like the one flavor, Dr. Pepper. And just like the McDonald's McFlurry machines,
Mhm.
these things don't always work in the Dr. Pepper flavor.
Chili,
So sometimes,
that's why you go to QT.
sometimes,
You at the
some
wrong spot.
no, but this like slushy thing, they don't have it at QT like that. It's just regular Dr. Pepper that just be flowing, which I love QT because QT might have the best like gas station food on planet Earth.
Chili, don't
On
you be
planet
eating
Earth.
that gas station food.
Hey, sometimes when you on the grimy grind, like I was in radio, you have to eat that gas station food because sometimes when your remote techs don't show up
You
to
getting
their
the egg
event,
rolls? What you getting the hot dog? Don't you eat that food?
you have to whip that truck around and do everything yourself. So sometimes I had to do that. So I'll pop into a QT, get a big peach iced tea, not in one of these, but get a big peach iced tea in one of their cups, and then I would get those buffalo chicken rolls. Those things are crazy. Those things are the best thing that you will get from a gas station little roller thing. They're amazing. I
You
don't know
know
how much
what?
they cost, but I would sit there just eating them things. And you know, I felt better about myself. Now my body hated me the next morning, but I did feel better about myself in the moment because I was full and productive until the next morning, in which I was like dying and like, oh my God, I gotta get to the gym. But hey, Cam, there's another thing I gotta ask you, man, because I overheard some things when I was talking to you earlier
Jeez,
that
I'm just
that
glad you
that
survived some of that. But go ahead. Go
that
ahead.
borderline, that
What
borderline,
what you want to know? Hey, hold
that
on real quick.
borderline
Welcome into another
disgusting.
edition of Dropping Dimes. Cam and Chili. Chili just keeps see folks. Chili just goes. He don't even welcome y'all to the show. You know, Cam
They're
Cox here,
family.
12
They welcome.
Sports. Chili
Just
in the
chili
witness protection because nobody knows his name. You
in the
know,
sneaker closet.
yeah,
In
in
the
the sneaker closet. Who knows where in the valley this
Hey,
dude is hiding? If you can
hey,
find Chili, you can have anything on the wall. If you find Chili, you get to pick out something on the wall. That's what we do it for the
oh
rest of the year. If you find Chili sneakers cave, you can have anything
man.
you want in that
Oh
room
man.
and tell
Oh
them Cam
man.
Cox said so. So there we go. What you
Hey,
want to know
listen,
now?
pull up to the back cave. It's all good. Hey, listen, we're friends. We're friends. So I feel like we can have this communication and this conversation publicly with our audience. You know, as a real New Yorker, like pizza is something that is so a piece of my heart,
Yeah,
a
yeah.
piece of my heart. Um, I gotta ask,
Mhm.
what is going on in the Channel 12 war room where y'all is eating flat earth pizza,
No,
that extended cardboard pizza? Like, what is going on?
listen. Tonight is pizza night here at Channel 12. Some of us partake, some of us do not. Some, do we made sure everybody got some pizza tonight. Here in the newsroom, we got to keep, everybody in good spirits.
For
And
sure.
listen, I am a stuffed crust kind of pizza dude. That's how you got to have it. That's how you got to
I'm with
make it.
it.
Yeah, I don't know what cardboard you overheard. You just heard like pizza and chili just assuming
I
that we
heard
over
thin
here.
crust. I heard
No,
thin
I
crust,
said
and I was
never
like,
thin
no.
crust.
I was
Never
like,
thin.
no.
Always stuffed crust, never thin crust.
Who
And I
needs to
can
get
do some
clapped on
deep
Twitter?
dish. My
Yeah,
mom loves thin crust. To me,
I'm
thin
gonna give
crust
mom a
that's
pass.
like the chicken nugget of pizza. It's the thin crust. So that's would be my take. If you're gonna order some
Oh,
pizza, you got to get stuffed crust. I will say, I am not a pizza snob, so I do not
I'm
discriminate
a
on
little
any
bit.
pizzas. If
I'm a
it's a
little
pizza,
bit.
like I no, to me, you cannot mess up pizza whatsoever.
What
It's,
what 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 is the best place that you have had a pizza? Not just in the Valley, because you've been around, you've traveled, you've been to
oh, chili.
LA, to
Yeah,
Florida, you've
but
been
I'm not,
around and back like
I'm not good about things like that. Um,
Louie and Ernie in the Bronx. That place will change
yeah,
your life like the Powerball.
yeah. I
Chicago
think
Pizza
Trevor's
and
is some
Grinder
of my
Company.
favorite. Trevor's out here is some
Okay.
of my favorite. Grimaldi's is really good.
Come on, it's all
Uh,
right.
um,
My guy Andy Liberta,
Pizza
RIP,
Hut
love him.
is great.
Ooh.
Domino's is fantastic. So, listen, man, you're not gonna give me. All pizza's good. It's all good. I'm all fine with it. It's you're not gonna. My dad
I'm
taught me to
not,
eat everything on my plate. It's like, hey, don't want you waste
oh,
that
for
food.
sure.
So
For
if
sure.
you get
Never.
that pizza, that's what I'm getting.
Never waste anything. Shout out to all the great pizza places out here. Real quick, I do love Gus's in Tempe.
Oh, I've never been
I'm
to
partial
Gus's.
to Gus's.
Where is Gus's?
Oh, that's gonna be where we go for our show anniversary.
What
Wait,
date
actually, we got to go somewhere with
what date
silverware.
is the anniversary?
Shoot.
Do you remember the
I don't
anniversary?
know. It's like, yeah, it's like sometime in like August or September.
Is it really?
Also Barrows. I do want to show some love to Barrows. I know that
Coach?
that's a staple
Yeah, that's a
in the
staple.
Valley.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Coach Barrow too over there at Illinois State. But yeah, hey, we got a hot show lined up. I can't wait to get into some of that. But before that, real quick, I
Okay.
do want to talk about your sons.
Yeah.
I did issue my formal apology to everybody for projecting them to be a 30 to 35 win team, no
Yeah.
playoffs. They squeaked into the playoffs
They
only
didn't
to
squeak
get
in,
their
they earned it.
no, they
They earned their
no,
way. They won 45 games, Chili.
they did.
They
And
earned
that
it.
got them
And
into
they
the
could have won
play-in.
50 if they could have stayed healthy.
I agree, but
You don't
listen, health
agree.
is part of
No,
the game.
you're a
Health is part
hater.
of the game. No, no, no. Hey, listen, I got to see the Suns in action, and like you said, because of what you said, I took an opportunity to go watch them play in person. Super exciting ball club to watch. Super gritty and grimy, and I dig it. Finally, Jalen Green got healthy and brought some punch and excitement to that offense.
He's been doing that for a minute.
Dylan Brooks provided the nastiness that the team needed. Booker was doing Booker things, I guess, and Gillespie and company like off the bench and in the starting lineup, filling the holes. Coach Ott did an amazing job. Uh, but they did get
But
their
what?
teeth kicked in.
But
They
what?
did get their teeth kicked in by
Chile's the
Oklahoma
best
State.
team in the world. What'd you expect? Of course they were going to get their teeth kicked in. The Thunder are that good. The gap is that wide.
But I've heard some people
What'd you
listen.
expect? What'd
Listen,
you
I've heard
hear?
some I've heard some talking heads in the valley, not mentioning no names, Gambo, but guys saying that there might be Booker. Is Booker the guy?
Chili, listen.
Cam, talk to
Chili,
me.
listen,
Talk
listen,
to me. Give it
listen.
to me from the heart. Give it to me from the heart.
No. Because sometimes the
El
heart,
corazón. El corazón.
no. Because sometimes the heart, the eyes, the brain, they don't all agree. Okay. Here's the deal. Book is the guy. He's the guy.
Mm,
It is
mm.
also fair to ask him to be better in bigger moments. And he's lost 10 straight playoff games dating back to 2023. Okay.
Not all
That's
his fault.
that's where they're at. It doesn't matter whose fault it is. He's lost 10 straight playoff games, and so have the Suns. That's where we're at. Okay.
Okay.
Um, I would like to see him be a little bit more aggressive. But at the flip
Okay.
side to all of this is you got his teammates talking about how, man, even when he's struggling or even when he's being unselfish, it's raising the level of play around him. And some of his teammates got to be a little bit better in certain situations. I think those years with KD, I think they
Wasted.
changed it. Yeah, wasted a little bit. And he deferred a lot to Kevin. And now he's getting back to when he was with Chris. I think it's a good learning experience this year. I think he's got a great head coach who backs him.
I
Um,
like that.
these young guys are going to grow. It changes. Listen, everything changes when you got a guy rolling to the basket. Mark Williams, when he was healthy, look at what Book did. You know what I mean? So Mark has got to be better, but you don't know if Mark's going to come back. He's got bad feet, apparently. Oso's got to be better. Kaman's got to keep growing, get Rasheer on the floor. And so, like, just keep building this thing. Give it time. Give it time. Book is still the guy. He's the guy here. I don't think people understand what 11 years and 8 different head coaches really means. That's a
It's
lot,
taxing.
dude. That's a
Can you
lot.
imagine? Can you imagine
I
dating
can't.
8 girls in 11 years? I mean, that would be kind of
No, I
taxing.
can't even. Just
That
like,
would be
how about
taxing
work
on a human.
related? Could you imagine 8 different bosses in 11 years doing the same job, but have 8 different bosses tell you 8 different ways to do things?
So,
It is,
some,
it is a lot, dude. It's a lot. And so he's the
sometimes,
guy. And I
sometimes
think
it's
he would
hard.
admit he would need to be better too in certain situations. That's a fair way to look at it.
Sometimes it's hard for me to consider these head coaches, superstar relationships, boss employee type relationships because you never know. Look at what's going on with LeBron. It's always the coaches. He's the coach's boss a lot of times. So
I mean, kind of
you
chilly,
know,
but listen, where a
so,
coach really helps is doing that right there, plugging the pieces in, setting
agree,
the tempo and the culture. What
agreed,
Jordan Knott does really good at is like when they're there, he's gonna amplify getting the most out of them. Players appreciate that. They don't want to walk through any BS. You know what I mean? Don't waste my time. I won't waste yours, especially at that level and that professionalism. And so that's what Jordan Knott does a really good job at. And I know Book appreciates that a lot. And that's why it works. That's just why it flat out works. Keep this team
hey,
together. Let them keep growing. Book is a max player guy. He knows he has to be a little bit better in these games, and um, he saw it. And I think everybody around him growing is going to help him even more. It is okay to be critical of Devin Booker, but at the end of it, he's the guy. He is our guy. He is this city's guy. Every big star that's come through here has received criticism at some point. Doesn't mean he's not the guy. He's the guy.
for sure, absolutely. One. Do we have anybody in the waiting room
We
yet?
do.
Because we've been waiting.
We
Okay,
do.
I am
Yeah,
super
yeah. I'm
excited.
waiting on you. We
Okay,
ready. We
well,
ready when you are. Go ahead.
all right.
Go ahead. Oh, hold on. Hold down. Hold up. Wait a minute. Now we
Okay,
got. Go. Here we go.
okay. Straight out of ALA Queen Creek, absolutely ridiculous pass catcher, quarterback go getter, Talan Scott.
What's
This
up?
is what the future looks like. Talon, what's going on, man? Hey, Talon's coming off of practice, taking the interview immediately like a dog.
Yes,
Talon, what's
sir.
going on?
Nothing much, just chilling.
Talon, how
I
you
love
doing?
that.
Cameron Cox, you know Chili. Talon, I like the hair, man. I
Thank
wish
you.
mine would flow like that a little bit longer. We've been asking Chili like to grow his out. He won't take his cap
I
off.
know.
He
I
I'm
just
know.
working
Every
on it.
time I
I'm
see him,
working
he's
on
got the
it.
hat on.
yeah, he just
I'm
won't
working on it.
grow it
I'm
out.
working on it.
Talon, listen, we don't have too many guys off the field. How was practice?
It was good. Yeah, we had an offensive practice today. Just got to get after the defense a little bit and install some new plays.
Is it
Hey,
day
offensive.
one of spring ball? What are we, day two? What do we got?
This is day 3.
Day three.
Hey, my man don't stop working. My man's had a very, very busy spring. Talon, since you are coming off of an offensive practice, some things that everybody's wondering. One, how is that offensive line looking? Because you got to plug in some new pieces. And the quarterback situation. Who's delivering that ball to Talon this year?
He's not gonna tell
Yeah.
you,
So
Chili. He's not gonna tell you. Look
Oh,
at
he
that.
gonna
Look
let
at.
us know right
No, he
now.
not. Maybe he will. Okay, we'll see. Let me listen.
yeah. So our O line's looking pretty solid. I would say we got some new kids. We got a bigger kid coming up from. He was on JV last year, and he'll be a beast. And then Tiny coming back from his injury, he'll be a beast. And then we got Cody Lama at quarterback. He's the one who came in after Britt's injury in the playoffs, and Cody's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, his brother was an absolute monster down the
Oh
street
yeah.
at Queen Creek, and Cody not afraid to take some hits and dish
Hmm.
some out himself if you got to get up out of there. Hey,
Yep.
Talon, on the flip side, you do play some outside backer, defensive end. Do you have a preference on what side of the ball to play on, offense or defense?
No, I don't. Just wherever the coach needs me.
Man,
What's the best
sheesh.
part about playing both sides of the ball like that, Town?
I mean, on defense, I got to go make plays, and on offense, I got to go make plays. So yeah.
Do you have a favorite?
Nah, I just like hitting people and scoring touchdowns.
Woo!
Town, listen, you guys over there at ALA Queen Creek have done such a good job growing that program. When I got here 12 years ago, like I remember the 3A school, right? I
Yes,
remember the
sir.
small school, and now you guys compete and bang with the big teams in the open. Always a constant team in the open. I know last year didn't go, kind of every way you guys wanted it to go.
Yep.
But what's it like to bring this school to be a part of what you guys have built out there? It seems to be pretty unique.
Yeah, it's pretty cool because like our school's enrollment is really like 1,200 for the entire school. So just being able to be such a small school and go compete with the big dogs and like even just destroy like the other teams that are in 6A.
Hey, Talon, I did bring up that you've had a very active spring. Let's start off with the whole sevens journey where you and that Tucson turf crew absolutely destroyed everybody en route to the Battle National Championship. What was the experience like getting to go to a whole bunch of different places and compete against a whole bunch of different talent?
Oh yeah, it's always fun playing with turf. Like the coaches there are so good. Like Coburn's the best offensive coordinator in sevens, and just
Sheesh.
everything that Tucson Turf has done. Like they're good people, good coaches. Everyone on the team's good people, good dudes, and just like yeah, just traveling around, getting to go to all these new places, go see different schools, and just destroy all the other kids that are top prospects in the nation.
Love
Talon,
that.
what's the best part heading into your senior year here?
Um, I don't know. It's kind of crazy how fast this went, but probably just getting ready for college.
Hey, Talon, I am curious since you brought that up, getting ready for college. And everybody always used to make a big deal every time Nick Saban came to town because it was mighty Alabama.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
you brought Indiana to town, though. I heard from some people they came specifically to check out one prospect, and that boy was in Queen Creek at ALA, and they wanted to see that boy, Talan Scott. What was that like having the national champions come check you out?
Yeah, it was really cool just knowing that like I'm good enough for them to be interested in me and come out and just great. It was great seeing coach in person finally, and yeah, it was crazy.
Did
Talon,
did
what?
uh
Oh, go ahead.
did they have a preference for you? Which side of the ball they like to see you on?
Oh, they want me at tight end.
Oh, okay. Big
Do you
time.
like
Sheesh.
tight end?
Yes, sir.
Is that
Man.
why do you like it? Because I've always been told tight end's a little crazy.
Yeah, we are a little crazy. Like we just yeah we're a little crazy, and my favorite part about it is probably it's either hitting people or scoring touchdowns.
Get to
I
do
like
both.
that.
Get to
I
do
like
both.
that.
Uh,
Hey,
Talon, what are you guys talking about this time in spring? Like any motivation? Talking about how last year ended. When you look back on last year, what comes to mind? What's the attitude like here in spring for you guys?
Yeah, we're getting the basics down first, like because that's really what destroyed us in the playoffs. Just everyone not doing the small things, and yeah, so we're just getting those down first and just working slowly.
Hey, Talon, before I let you go, one thing I do want to ask regarding last year, you get off to that nasty 0-5 start, but you guys were competitive in some of those games, the Red Mountain one specifically. You guys were trying to get your legs under you versus like Chandler, who made it to the championship. How are you able to keep the mentality of your team level, even starting 0-5, to be able to rebound in the second half?
Yeah, so really last year all of our starters were really those first time varsity kids. Like they're all sophomores, so they'll all be back. So they're all used to the varsity speed and how everything goes. So I think we're gonna have them again. We're gonna be rolling.
Chili.
Okay.
I started 0-5, made it all the way to the 6A semis. Like that's a
Incredible.
crazy,
Incredible.
crazy turnaround.
Most guys would have mailed it in. Most guys
Yeah.
would have been like, nah, you know what? It's over. 0-5, we're done. It's cooked. Let's get up out of here. But not these boys from ALA Queen Creek. They're like, nah, we built ALA Queen Creek tough. We different.
Talon,
We
Yep.
real
different.
quick, you also play basketball too, right?
Yeah, I used to. I stopped sophomore year
Ah,
just to focus on sevens and stuff like that and getting faster and training and stuff like that. But
you still think you could hoop?
oh yeah, yes
Could
sir,
could you help the
Best hooper on the
Suns?
football team? Best hooper on the Oh wow. Whoa.
definitely.
Yeah, some toughness. Yeah,
Yeah,
Talon brings some different toughness to the team for sure.
There we
yes
go.
sir.
Would you be like a Dylan Brooks type? Would you be like a Dylan the villain?
Yes sir.
Oh,
Yep.
you would.
Sort of like that
See,
here.
see, see. So every team needs one. Talan Scott, the villain over there, at ALA Queen Creek. We
Oh
appreciate it,
no.
man. Thanks for joining us after practice. Tell Coach Edwards we said hello. All right.
Yes, sir.
Take
Thanks
care,
for having
buddy.
me, guys.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Later.
Yep. See you.
How cool is that, Joe? Yeah, we don't get a lot of interviews right there after practice.
I'm
That's
telling you
neat.
right now, that's what the future looks like.
Is that
That's a two-way
is he the
kid.
best tight end in the state?
He's probably
Is he gonna be in the
in that
conversation
conversation.
for the all
He's in the
fever team?
conversation. He is in the he's probably the best tight end in the state, but he is definitely in the conversation best two-way athlete with Jai Jones and some of those guys. Like what Talon's able to do as a receiver and then flip over and play some outside backer, defensive end. Like I think it's just different. It takes a different mindset, and he's super special with what he does and what he brings over there to ALA Queen Creek. So I can't wait to see him next year and see how they take advantage of his skill set and what he brings overall, his versatility.
There we go. I
All right.
like that. We're already getting ready to football season. Listen, man, I saw you were out there at Basha High School today.
Yeah, the
You were
ring
out there
ceremony.
checking out the rings.
Yeah. They
Yeah,
got them chunky boys out there too, and
man.
and
Let
they
me.
and they had the cheerleaders and pommies ringed up too. They put a ring on it. I thought that was so cool because
Yeah,
all the ring ceremonies I've been to, I don't know how many times I've seen cheerleaders and pommies get recognized for the things that they do
yeah.
to help motivate the guys on the sidelines, and then like the little gift bags, and then all the other cool little stuff that they do for the team. So shout out to the cheer and pom line over there at Basha for doing their part and getting rewarded with some jury.
Yeah, I thought that was neat. The rings looked unbelievable. I didn't know high school rings look like World Series rings. Like
They look crazy.
that to
They
me
look
is
crazy.
nuts.
Friend of the program, Mason Lewis was out there
Yeah.
showcasing his, and that thing was chunky. I'm
Is he
telling you.
already off to college? When does he leave?
Yeah, no, he already did spring ball at Vanderbilt.
At
He
Van-
he was wondering like, yo, when y'all gonna bring me back? Y'all forgot about me. I went to
No.
Vanderbilt. I was like,
Oh.
yo, dude, breathe. I was like, listen, whenever you say
Yeah, let
go,
it. Yeah,
you on. Like
we'll be ready. We'll be. Yeah, I saw you out there. Yeah, spring ball is in full effect here in the valley. I'm heading out somewhere tomorrow. Can't tell you
oh
where I'm going,
lit.
but I'll tell you
Hey,
afterwards where I'm going. It's a really cool story. So
I
I'll
know.
share it next week.
Speaking of cool stories, we
Yep.
got another one, right? We got
Yep.
another one. All right. This dude, an absolute legend in the Valley, straight out of Chaparral, the one and only former quarterback, Sean Paul Brophy, grinded his way up to the top. Officially the OC over there at Oklahoma State. And he spent some time at Incarnate Word playing and
He
coaching.
did.
Made his way to Washington State, North Texas, and now to Oklahoma State. Sean Paul Brophy, what's going on, my guy?
I'm just admiring this collection you've got behind you, man. That's incredible. I mean,
Listen, coach, here's the deal. If you can find chili in the valley, you get to pick anything you want on the wall. Okay, you find
This
him,
guy,
you get whatever you
this
want.
guy,
All right, that's
this
how we're
guy,
going.
man.
I'm not
What
a
kind of
I'm not a sneaker guy. I don't even know what half those things are,
You,
dude. Like that's
coach,
that's not great for recruiting, but look, I mean, I'm pretty basic with that stuff. So
yeah,
you guys have got way more style than me.
no. He's got me too. I have no. He's like, hey, these are the Dunk 367 from 2005. I have no idea, coach. I'm right there with you. Where are
Hey,
you going?
coach, I got these Salehi Banbury Crocs to match a shirt, coach. So like,
Okay. All right.
if you need.
Hey,
If you
Chili,
need- hey,
listen, real quick. You see his face? He's like, don't you ever wear those shoes out in public, okay? I'll say it. I'm gonna translate for him. All right. Where'd
I
you get those
mean,
hey,
shoes?
they're fancy Crocs, man. I don't know what we're doing here. So, but you know
Yes.
what? Chili's a great dude, and so he's just got more taste than me. That's it. Better
No,
taste than me.
hey,
he needs to send those back to NASA where they belong. All right.
hey,
Those are moon
hey,
shoes.
real quick. Speaking to Coach Brophy's legendary status, I always wonder, Coach, when you make it to the level that you've made it, do you ever have to remind the kids that you can still do it? Because I know you got one of our own out there in Brody Veers. Because I went out to a game, people were telling me, "Hey, Chili, you got to check out this quarterback from Chaparral. They got themselves another one." And I went out to Red Mountain, and I think this was your junior year, and you absolutely cooked them for like 6 touchdowns. I think seven,
Yeah, I had a
6 or
good
7.
I had a good day that day. I mean, I was throwing to Trevor Wood and Tyler Wiley and Izzy Simpson and Elijah Castro and all these cats, right? So yeah, I mean it made it pretty easy. I did throw for 6 touchdowns that day, but I mean it was I think it was a lot more about what they did. But no, man, we had so much fun at Chaparral. I mean, that was an incredible run. So
That That's only half true, coach, because the following year I picked a game to go out to. I went out to Chaparral and watched you absolutely dice up Desert Mountain for 5 touchdowns. Two
Hey,
performances,
Chili.
11 touchdowns.
Hey,
There's no way.
Chili. Let me tell you, we got the video, man. Right before this interview
No
started,
way.
we got it. I
No.
can't get it on the computer
Yes.
fast enough, but it's downloaded.
Chili's either got the best memory or Max Preps hasn't deleted my stats yet. One of the two.
Oh
So
No,
man.
we could dig it
No,
up,
man.
Coach. Listen, Max Prep, they hold it. They hold it.
yeah.
What was it like to play ball here in the Valley when growing up? Just what do you remember about Friday nights?
I loved it, man. And honestly, every time I get to come back and recruit, like I feel the same energy and just the smells, everything just comes back to me, honestly. And football in the Valley has never been better than what it is right now. And it's been so cool to see just how good it's gotten here in the Valley. And to me, it's always been a little bit of the haves and the have nots, but just all these programs out here and seeing what these guys are doing now at the next level, man. And I wouldn't trade my experience at Chaparral for anything, and just the guys that I got to be around. And so, I mean, probably the most impressive run of high school to college coaches and NFL front office guys. You're talking about, Dave Ziegler and Darren Muji, NFL GMs, Brian Chesson, super high up in the Broncos organization. You're talking about Kenny and Charlie Regal, and all these different guys that coach there and have gone on and done these different things. And so, man, what a fun time to be at Chaparral High School, right on the back end of that three-peat. And then, what we did there with those guys, like I mentioned, Tyler Wiley and Trevor Wood and Joe Nauert and Elijah Castro and Robbie Clyfield and Keenan Walker and all these things, man. It was a special run. It was a really
That's
special
a who's who. You got any old memories?
Elijah was a dog.
Yeah, he was.
Elijah was
You got
a dog.
any old memories of Coach Dillingham or Coach Regal you could share with us?
And I've got two, man. That's been the coolest thing though, is like Coach Dillingham obviously has done incredible things at Arizona State, man. But he reminds me a lot of the same person I met when I was 14 years old and my freshman football offensive coordinator, right? Like he's just super genuine and full of energy and just the same guy that used to run around with us at practice and go, eat with us afterwards and our families. And I mean, he and my mom still text, back and forth. And so, nothing will ever replace, man, you can't make, new old friends. And like Kenny's just continued to be a constant in my life, really ever since I was 14 years old. And so, and the same thing with a lot of those guys that were with Chaparral, man. That was a special crew and something that I don't know if we'll ever be able to recreate, just where all those guys ended up going what they did in life.
Dang, so he was 19. You were right. He's right around that calling plays for your freshman team. Was he younger than that?
Yeah, he was probably about 19. Yeah, 20 years old, and we had a great freshman football staff. And Trace Carroll, the head coach there now,
Coach Carroll was there. That's right.
Yeah, was on that freshman staff, and got elevated about the same pace there with Kenny to varsity, and ended up is obviously doing great things there, kind of revitalizing that program. And so I've still got a love. So I came out last year and watched Brody play. They played Westwood and went to that game, and that game got done a little early, and so I just drove by Chap and happened that somehow the game was delayed, and I caught the whole second half back there at Chaparral, and they got a young freshman quarterback there that was playing, and I could just see, just the birdcage was rocking, and Trace had energy on the sideline. They had a freshman quarterback out there playing. I was kind of thinking like, man, this is what it was like. So I think he's got that place kind of on the trajectory where
he's bringing it back. He's bringing it back.
So
yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Has Kenny changed at all? Just curious from when you met him. Is he kind of the same dude?
I think he's evolved, obviously, but I think, who he is to his core, he's the same guy, just super competitive. He loves ball. He loves people, relationships first, right? And I think that that's what shows. And I think that, his authenticity and his genuineness is what attracts people to him. And I think that's why he's established that place the way that he has in a very short time.
Oh, cool.
Hey, Coach, I'm curious because you are a hometown guy. You're not just one of these coaches that is from somewhere else and just trying to steal some kids from Arizona. For Kenny, for Kenny, it was Ajo Owls. Is there a spot for you that you're like, man, I gotta at least stop by and get this from there? It just reminds me of home. Is there a place?
Yeah. It's actually, so I'm in Arizona right now. I flew in late last night, early in the morning. I'm in my mom's office in her new house that she's got over here.
Oh,
she picked it up, and it's the teepee on about 40th Street in Indian School there. That's my favorite spot. And so I'm getting married in May here in the Valley. I'm coming
Congratulations.
back. Thank you. And we're renting it out from like 12 whatever that is AM, I guess, to 2 a.m. and the TP. That's where our after party is going to be. And so that's our local spot we got to hit.
So not only is it
Hey,
your
you need a
favorite
DJ?
spot,
I know somebody.
hey, yeah, free 99 chili. Okay, you do that. That's how it works. All right,
Yeah.
Coach. Listen, your path is kind of cool. Obviously, right? Glendale Community College, out there, right? And then Incarnate Word too as well, and
Yes,
then got
sir.
into coaching. Just take us through that. What was that journey like to get to kind of the start of your career?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's, long story short, it's just the people again, and so Glendale was great for what I needed at that point in my life, obviously, and when I, the things didn't end the way I kind of wanted them to at Chaparral and kind of continue to get banged up out there, and I just wanted to go to junior college and prove I could earn it on my own, and met a lot of great people out there. First and foremost being Jason Jewell, who I'm still super close with. Will be at my wedding, was at Brophy today, hanging out with him. Has been unbelievable to me. Worked for him my first coaching job, coaching JV quarterbacks, in 2020 when I got done playing. And so my very first job. And so Jason's meant everything to me. And then, getting into it, obviously, I quit my job that I had here in the Valley. I was back home and working a corporate job and had a great setup and was on a rise there, that would have been a very comfortable, great lifestyle for me. And, quit and went to work for free for Coach Morris, and the rest is kind of history there. And my first job at Incarnate Word, I was in a flex space near the equipment room, butted up against a cage, and I was the coffee guy, amongst other things, right? And so I don't take anything for granted, just because I know where I came from and what it's taken to get here. And I think too, just you bet on yourself and you put your head down. And anytime I've just kept the main thing, good things have happened.
Was coaching something that you knew that you wanted to get into, or something that you stumbled into and fell in love with? Because I've talked to you a few times, and you absolutely seem to just love the biz and the grind of it.
Yeah, I just love ball. Honestly, I had no idea I wanted to coach. And so, I mean, really, obviously, it's the people, that I keep going back to my high school time at Chaparral. I mean, Kenny being the first one. But then Rudy Carpenter was instrumental my senior year. And he was the guy that just got done playing in the NFL, did a 4 or 5 year stint there and was an all-time great at ASU. And he coached me my senior year, was our offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach. And I'd go over to his house every day in Arcadia after practice. We'd watch tape, and he just spent so much time with me. And I just learned so much football in my 12 months with Rudy. And again, something we text back and forth all day today. And as somebody who's been continued to be a huge mentor in my life. And, and so just getting around people and just instilling that love for ball. I had no idea I wanted to coach. When I got done playing, I couldn't fill that void that was left from not playing. And so when I got into coaching, I was like, man, this is the best part of my day. Like, this is absolutely unequivocally what I need to pursue with every ounce that I have.
Coach, I'm
That's
jealous,
awesome.
man. I've always said if I didn't do this, I'd coach. I miss that part of the game. To me, that's like winning the game, being on the field is great, but like scheming up with your boys on how to beat somebody and then seeing it work, there's nothing better than that. There's
No,
nothing better than that.
You're exactly right. And I'm probably not great with this. Like, I need to get better at it, honestly. Like, winning is the expectation for how much, I work and you put into this, right? Like, I hate losing probably more than I enjoy winning, right? And so you go out there
I
and you
love
win a
that
game, and
saying.
it's like we've put in 120 hours this week, and we've done all these things, right? And like, this is what we're supposed to do, right? And it's like, I think about the losses so much more than the wins. But at the end of the day too, now that I'm on this side of it, like, there's nothing that brings me more joy than seeing our guys be successful. Like, there's so many instances and stories I've been a part of, whether it's Cam Ward or our quarterback now, Drew Mestemaker, Chandler Morris, where they've changed their life, the trajectory of their life, for the, just financially in any way, shape, or form. And so, like, that's unbelievable for me to see and to be a part of, and know that we helped them get to that place.
That's right. Cam Ward was there
Done
when
an
you were at
amazing
Incarnate
job.
Word, right?
Yeah, we was there. Then we took him with us to Washington State.
State.
And that was super hard for Coach Morris. Like,
Sure.
Coach Morris is a super, super loyal guy. And so leaving there to go be the head coach of North Texas, I think that was probably the hardest thing he's had to do in his coaching career, with Cam and his dad Calvin and their family, unbelievable people. But, obviously for Coach Morris at the time, an opportunity he couldn't turn down.
Coach, I got one more for you.
Man.
Obviously at North Texas last year, that phenomenal year. Now at Oklahoma State, you're gonna, be the offensive coordinator there, get to coach quarterbacks. Are you calling the plays?
No, Coach Morris will call. We'll make
Okay.
We'll make sure, because Coach Morris sees these things. I want to make sure that he knows. No, Coach Morris does a phenomenal job. I think our relationship allows him the freedom to go out in the off season and allows me to coordinate all of our install and do a lot of stuff and be super hands on that most coaches who do call plays would not allow their coordinators to do. So it's a great learning experience for me, but. Let's not get it twisted. This is Coach Morris's show, and he's earned the right to do that.
But you get to be around that and be the sponge.
Yeah, absolutely. No,
absorb
my hand. And that's the fun part about this staff too, is that it's been a really collaborative process the whole time. I mean, my fingerprints have been all over this offense, really, even since my time at Washington State. And so, and really, it's never been about the credit. To be quite honest with you, and the titles are nice and the things that come with it are great, but again, it's just winning games. Like going out and winning 12 games at North Texas last year. That's why we do it, obviously. And so, but yeah, for me, the experience of getting to I've been scripting plays and installing our offense basically the last 4 years, and so my day-to-day job will not change a ton just because that's what I've been doing. That's been my role there amongst many other things, right? And so I wear a lot of hats because I think he thinks I can handle it and do a good job with it. But no, I'm excited. I'm excited for him. I'm excited for our whole staff and our players there.
You living the dream, hey, Coach. Coach, we got like a minute 30 left. Chili, get one more in.
Coach, I'm going to let you get out of here so you're going to eat dinner with Mom and stuff like that.
Seriously. Tell Mom thank you for letting us borrow you for a little bit.
No, thank you guys. It's good to see you guys.
I'm going to make my way to Stillwater at some point, and I'm just curious, have you found the best barbecue spot that I need?
You can't miss.
Drop your name. Drop your name.
I don't know if my name. Yeah, we'll see. If we won that week, you can drop my name. It's a small college town. If we lost, there might be a for sale sign in my front yard. So.
Listen,
get out of here.
Listen, that place is unbelievable, Coach. You guys will get that thing rocking again. And man, Stillwater just seems like such an awesome place for college football. Like, what a cool town.
It's a great town. I'm looking forward to coming home this year and playing the Devils. So that'll be fun.
That's right. That's
right. We'll have to catch up.
He's already started. Hey, Coach, real quick,
catch up with you that week.
What was the name of that spot again? Just so we got it.
Smoking Joe Stilly's.
Okay, there we go. Coach,
thank you, Coach. Tell Mom
if you guys are ever there, you come see me. I'm buying dinner.
Wow, there we go.
Man,
there we
go.
That. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate the time.
Appreciate you guys.
Chili, that was cool, man. That was cool.
Nah, he's cool. Amazing, man. A great human.
Yeah.
Hey, I know you're
Sean
pressed for time
Brophy,
too, and I got
former Chaparral quarterback.
No,
worked his way up. Chili. That's just neat, man. That's neat.
I appreciate it. I remember doing an interview with Chili when he was just getting rolling with this stuff. It was me and Elijah Cash and a couple other guys. So it's been fun to see all the stuff that you guys have done, man. So this was a blast. I wouldn't have missed it. So thank you.
Appreciate you,
Cam, and thanks, Chili.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate the time, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Absolute legend.
That's neat, man. That's cool.
Hey, make sure y'all check out the two-piece. It's going to be on YouTube, justchili.tv. Cam, I know you're pressed for time too, so I'm going to let you do your thing.
We over. Go to Mom. We already over. We remember you guys are supposed to keep this. We already over. We might as well run the clock out. Just run the clock out.
Stay on me. I treat a game like Wall Street. If not, it am times 10 with the benefits. Don't time is now.